see a corresponding change and a broadening of the range of images in which they are shown in advertisements themselves.
While the representations of African Americans in modern advertising has greatly improved, there are still some advertisements that would leave the spectator confused. This McDonald's commercial features two African American characters who can both sing. If the spectator had never met an African American person before, they might be led to believe that all African Americans can sing. Another commercial that would leave the spectator confused is this Buick holiday event commercial. In it, an African American man attempts to give his wife a car as a gift, but she is not happy and clearly wants the Buick. If the Buick was the car she wanted in the first place, why wouldn't he purchase it? This could leave the African American spectator confused. Does this mean that he shouldn't buy this car because he simply can't afford it? Does this imply to others that African Americans can't afford Buicks? That is up to the spectator to decide. This 2007 Intel print ad also contains subtle racist overtones. The ad depicts 6 African American athletes bent over, prepared to do work for the central authority figure, the well-dressed white man. Despite some of these depictions of African Americans, Professor Chambers believes that the representation of African Americans in modern advertising has been mainly positive.
One of the things that we used to see was minorities utilized only to represent certain categories of products. Or you used to only see minorities in and within certain roles and within advertisements. And so you would never see, or you wouldn't see, an African American man and a Caucasian woman in an advertisement by themselves. Even whatever that situation was, whether that situation was romantically inclined or that situation was just two people in an office somewhere, you wouldn't see that. We've seen a shift in that. We've seen greater instances of racial integration in and within advertisements, whether that's at a social level or at a professional level, i.e. office setting versus romantic or bar setting or leisure setting. We've seen a greater number of those. And recently we've also seen, and when I say recently I mean within the last 10 to 15 years, we've also recently seen an increase in the roles that minorities play in advertisements. And there, when I say roles, I mean whether that's roles as spokespersons, whether that's in being depicted as in positions of leadership within the context of the ad.
Professor Lou Turner disagrees. He believes that the exposure of African Americans in advertising has led to a detrimental effect, and it can be witnessed here on this campus.
And I hear it around this campus. I hear white kids who feel comfortable enough to, start using kind of black slang, kind of caricaturing it, the way they imagine black people to talk and to behave. And of course, some of the grosser forms of this are some of the fraternity and sorority theme parties, those kinds of things. But I hear it, I see it in everyday activity around this campus, where people will just, say, yeah, bro, man, what is that about? And I think it's, in a certain sense, they come by it, quote unquote, honestly, in that I imagine they were socialized by similar cartoons and sitcoms that my kids were. And, maybe not, even had some black middle class kids who, not knowing any better either, that was okay. And so they felt comfortable doing it. And so the advertising reinforces that kind of thing.
Ultimately, the way African Americans are depicted in advertising is up to us, the spectator. Whether we accept the meanings projected or seek to define our own reality, the responsibility lies with us.
People just love it. Make 7 of yours! Hey, my man, make 7 of yours! Make 7 of yours!
Same to you!
Same to me.
See, it's catching on already. Hey, make 7 of yours, man.
How you gonna stick them up yours?
Oh, we going global with this.